Hello, everyone.
Bonjour à tous.
Hello, everyone. So you can ask your question in English or in French to Luis.
Bonjour, coach.
Hello, coach.
Bonjour, coach. Stéphane Bianchi du Parisien. Vous allez retrouver demain un entraîneur
So
que
you
vous
will
connaissez
see
bien.
a coach who you know well tomorrow. How do you qualify? How do you describe your relationship with Pep Guardiola? And as far as football philosophy, how are you close to him or far from him?
Pues mañana es un partido especial, no solo por la importancia del
tomorrow is a
mismo
very
para
special
los dos
game,
equipos,
not only because
sino
it's
también
important
porque
for
veo
both
a un
teams,
amigo
but
con el que he compartido muchos años
also
como
because I'm
jugador,
going to play against a
también como
player
entrenador,
and a friend.
cuando coincidimos en el Barça,
And I've shared so many moments as a player and as a coach with him, and it's with great pleasure, very
cosas que nos
happy to
acercan
see
evidentemente es nuestra
Pep
idea de
again.
fútbol,
And how close are we?
no hay
It's,
que dudar
we're close
de nuestra
in,
idea global de
in
juego
regards
de
to our
tratar de ser
philosophy, global
mejor que
philosophy
el adversario con el balón y
about
presionar al rival continuamente.
football.
Una idea
We like
futbolística
to
con
press
matices, como no
the
puede ser de
opponent
otra manera,
constantly.
porque cada entrenador va
Obviously, there are
desarrollando en función de
little
sus jugadores
differences, but
y del sitio en el que está
every coach is
su propio
developing
método o modelo,
their
pero una
strategy
idea muy
depending on their
muy
team,
parecida
and
y
so we
creo
all
que se
fine
puede ver
tune
un
that
gran partido de fútbol. Ese es
depending on the situation. But yeah, at the start, the basic is
creo que
very
tenemos los
similar,
dos
and we're going to have a great football match, and I think this is the goal on both ends.
Bonjour, Philippe Sansfourche pour RTL. Justement, quand on affronte
So when we play against someone like that we know so well,
une telle référence
and
dans
who's
le
such
jeu depuis
a
des
reference,
années,
in
est-ce qu'il
football
y
for
a
so many years,
la tentation de vouloir
is there a
chercher
certain
un coup
temptation
tactique, de
to
justement
try and
changer
find
peut-être un
something
petit
really
peu de ses
tactical,
habitudes
something,
pour le
change a
surprendre
little
parce
something
que
to
il est
try and
tellement
surprise him?
fort, il a
Because
tellement
it's
prouvé
so
par le
strong,
passé
it's
qu'il faut
proved
faire encore
so
plus.
much in the past, and maybe you need to do something extra.
Es evidente que es un partido importante
Yes,
para
obviously,
estar preparadas todas las partes,
it's a very
entrenadores y
important
jugadores. El City
match.
hace muchas
Everybody needs
cosas a
to be
nivel
ready.
táctico,
The
muchos
coach
jugadores que cambian de posición, muchos jugadores que actúan en
players
posiciones
and
diferentes. Es una
tactically,
de las cosas claramente que tenemos que combatir dentro del terreno, pero
he's changing, he's reshuffling the positions, and there's things that we expect from him. But we also are doing things differently. We are offering different options. And for both teams, it's complicated. They have 8 points and we got 7 points. But
que los dos equipos vamos a intentar llevar a nuestras mejores armas.
At the same time, I think
que
both
se vea,
teams,
en este caso,
we're both going to try and use the best weapons that we have. And in this case, the one who's going to be the best prepared or will manage to adapt themselves the best will be successful.
El año pasado en el encuentro con Xavi le preguntaron por
Last
los valores que representaba Xavi y Luis Enrique. Quería saber
against
un poco
Xavi, and we were talking about values. There was a question about Guardiola. Who, according to you, or Guardiola, represent the Barcelona model? For me, the 4-3-3, Barcelona 4-3-3, the one who really brought it as pushed it to the best model is Pep Guardiola. He's the number one. He's the referent. He's a unique coach. He's the person who has innovated, and I'm lucky to be his friend. I've been his teammate, and I think he really opened very different ways of playing. And he opened that, for example, in England, and he led teams to success, and it opened a door, to many other coaches. So I think the values, it's Pep Guardiola, and I will be more like of a player. It's a play of words that we understand among Spanish people. Just before you came, Ousmane said it was one of the most important matches that he had to play with Paris since he came last year. Do you share his vision?
No se trata de que comparta lo que dice un jugador o otro.
I don't know if I share the same idea of a player. I mean, all the opinions are valid and important, but I think the most important match this season, I hope it would be the City, because I hope it would be another match in the next phase, you know, a very high level match playing for the title. This is my hope, to be able to play, to have another more important match. But it is very peculiar match. It is because of the format of the competition, so it's hard to predict that City and PSG would have this number of points after 7 days. But hey, this is new. This is the format of the competition. Today, we still don't know how many points we need to qualify, and nobody knows that. So after this day, we may know. City uses a lot of games in the heart of the game, in the center instead of the wings. Do you think Pep Guardiola will innovate tomorrow for this really important match? I think Pep has innovated throughout his entire career. He's not scared at all to use new ideas or to set new possibilities. So I think this is a match that gives us the opportunity to grow as a team and to adapt when we have to defend with all the different variances and different differences that Guardiola is going to propose on the pitch. We are a very young team, obviously, and we have a lot of qualities. We have to be able to make it more complicated to the other team. But it's very stimulating and really, really powerful, and we definitely motivated 100%. We've seen before tomorrow night some of the key players. You got some of the key players, put them to rest a little bit. Anticipating this extra anticipation, does that mean that there's an extra pressure for you for this match tomorrow? Pressure for what?
No. Hago descansar o no a los jugadores en función de su estado físico.
Not really. I put players to rest depending on their physical health. If somebody has a little hurt somewhere. We all professionals, coaches and players, so we need to be able to play the right way with a unique atmosphere and play for our fans. And I think what the fans have seen throughout the entire season and last season is they've seen a team that's been hustling, that's been fighting, never giving up, And when it's important to score in the last minutes or maybe win with a penalty kick, a team that never gives up, I think it's very positive. We could have been more efficient, obviously, but this happens to every other team, Some of the things are really positive. For example, a state of mind, being ambitious. I think we've got that. And yeah, thanks. I like this pressure, I'd like that all the pressure be like that.
Bonjour, HLH pour BRFM.
In the past, you have played 4 times against Pep Guardiola, and systematically there's been really open matches, with an average of 3 goals per match. Is the key tomorrow maybe the animation of the offensive and the offense, and maybe the team that's going to be playing the best in offense will win? I can't remember about these figures. I can't remember in detail. But if something can define us, Pep and I, is that we like the offense. We like to attack. We have to defend, but we like to attack. So we create our plan around the offense, thinking that we're better than the others. We know that the opponent has a really high level. But then we'll see what type of match, we'll be confronted to, or we'll be involved in. But I think that we hope that with the support of the fans, it will be better than the opponent. But we already know that it's going to be difficult. But tomorrow, the version of the PSG that you'll see was going to be a good version of the PSG, very powerful, and I'm really looking forward for that day. In Spain, you've known a great rivalry between Barcelona with Barcelona, but now it's City and PSG. The rivalry is a little different. Have you had any specific words, with the president, when preparing this really special match?
No.
No.
Bonjour, Saïd Amda. On a parlé beaucoup des styles de jeu de Manchester City.
We've talked a lot about the style of Manchester City and your team. What would it be for you? Do you think you're gonna own the ball a bit more, or you're gonna play a lot in transition? Because you have this luxury to be able to play one way or another. Or are you gonna stick to your philosophy and keep the ball? Facing Guardiola, who probably will say the same to his players.
Todo parte de esa cosa redonda que va por el campo, que se mueve a
Everything
mucha velocidad,
is
que es el
from
balón, y nosotros
the
hacemos
ball,
todo en función
everything's.
de tener el balón. Si
So
nos quitan el balón,
we
es
all
porque
do
no
what
es
we're
porque hemos
doing with
regalado,
the
es porque
idea to get the
nos lo han
ball.
quitado,
If
son
we
mejores, nos
remove,
presionan.
if they remove the
Y
ball
sucede.
from us, it
Nuestro
means
objetivo es
they're
tener el
better.
balón
They
más
get
que
the
el
ball
rival,
and they're
tenerlo en el
pressing
campo
us. So yeah,
contrario
the goal
y
is to
generar
have the
ocasiones de gol.
ball, to keep it in
Normalmente estos partidos son
their
abiertos, por eso más
half
goles de lo
and
habitual.
to create
Son abiertos
opportunities.
porque es difícil
Yeah, these
quitarle
matches are
el
open.
balón a un
Usually
jugador
they're more
del
open and
PSG,
there's
pero
more
también a un
goals than
jugador del
usual,
City.
and
Y
it's really
presentan
hard
esos dos escenarios.
to
El
get
City
the
también está
ball
cómodo
from
en
somebody from
transiciones, tiene
PSG, but it's
jugadores
also hard
de una inmensa
because they're also really
calidad
comfortable
en
in
el ataque,
transition.
y
They have
creo que los dos equipos estamos mucho más cómodos con el
immensely
balón.
great
Seguramente
players
nos lo
in offense,
repartiremos.
and I think
Si hubiera
both
dos balones,
teams
tendríamos uno nosotros y
play
otro ellos.
better
Si solo hay uno,
when they have the ball.
seguramente no
And
habrá una gran diferencia en términos de
there's
posesión
only one ball.
y
We can't share
primará
the
más quién
possession
aprovecha mejor los
because there's only one
espacios
ball.
y quién tiene más
There will be a
eficacia.
difference of possession,
Bueno, vamos a
but
intentar
we'll see who
acercar el partido,
will
pero
be the most
no queremos
efficient
prescindir del
in
balón.
keeping
El
the ball
balón es lo que te genera
tomorrow.
y
But
el
we
balón
do
en
not
campo
want
contrario.
not
Lo
to
que
have
te
the ball.
genera
Because we need the ball
más
to create
posibilidades de ganar el
opportunities
partido.
and to
Esa
keep it
es
in
nuestra
the
idea.
opponent's half. So it's only
plenamente
when you have the
conscientes.
ball that you have more opportunities to win the match. So we really know and convinced with this idea.
Buenos días, Clara, TNT Sports Brasil. Por la situación en la clasificación, bueno, el proyecto, todo el investimento en los dos equipos, se habla
So
mucho de
given the
obligación
standings
de vencer y de clasificar.
situation, and
Pero quería te preguntar, porque
both
esta es
teams
una
have this type of
palabra que se dice
obligation
mucho de
to
fuera,
win and
pero
to
para tú,
qualify themselves.
obligación,
And
esta
we
palabra
talked about it,
significa en tu trabajo
from
en un partido de
outside. But for you, do you have the
Obligación para
same
un deportista
obligation?
de
Do you
alto
use that
nivel
word? What does that
profesional,
mean
ya
to
sea
you?
jugador o entrenador, es dar
Well,
tu
obligation
100%
for a
y estar
high-level
preparado
player
para
and a coach is to
para
give
mejorar cada
100%
día,
and be
salirte
ready
de tu zona de confort
and
y
to be
trabajar cada
better
aspecto del fútbol.
every day.
Primero
You need
como
to get out
jugador,
of your
que es lo
comfort
que
zone and
intentan
work
hacer
on every
mis
different aspect
jugadores,
of
y
football.
segundo yo como entrenador.
This is what
Luego
all
en
the
la
players are
vida
trying to do.
no hay
This
nadie
is
que
what
gane
my
todos los
players are
partidos,
all
todos
trying
los
to do. This is
títulos.
what I'm trying to do. And
Eso no existe ni en el fútbol
in real
profesional
life,
ni
I
en ningún
mean,
otro deporte.
winning
Algún día
all
tendrás que
the
manejar la derrota,
titles
algún día tendrás que
doesn't
manejar
work,
los
for
fallos
in any
y
sports.
gestionar
One
todo
day you
eso de
have
una
to be able
manera
to
normal.
manage
El objetivo,
defeat,
dar tu 100%.
loss, and
Por
some
eso me
other
levanto
days
cada día.
maybe not as
Para
well.
eso
But the
soy
goal
entrenador
is
de
to give
fútbol y de
100%,
un
and that's why I
equipo de este
wake up
nivel.
every day. And it's why I'm a
Intentar
coach
mejorar cada día.
today, and to coach a team at this level and try and improve ourselves every day.
Pour la chaîne L'équipe, vous avez fait beaucoup tourner en janvier selon les états de forme. Est-ce que vous avez des certitudes là pour le match de demain sur l'équipe que vous voulez aligner?
Do you have anything you can rely on, about your team, or anything you're certain about for the lineup tomorrow?
Llegamos
No,
al
not really.
partido
I couldn't
como
tell
normalmente
you.
este tipo de partidos, la mayoría de jugadores se recuperan con una velocidad mayor porque es
Yeah, before
muy
this type of
incentivo y una
matches,
motivación
everybody,
jugar este tipo de
is
partidos,
recovering
esta
pretty
competición,
quickly because it's very
pero
motivating
es
to play
evidente
these
que
type
no
of
todos los
matches in
jugadores
this type of
llegan
competition.
porque es imposible.
However,
Tampoco
yeah,
los
it's
del
obvious
City,
that
al 100%.
not all
Tenemos que
players don't
negociar y
manage to
gestionar
be aligned, and not everyone will be
cuál es la
100%.
mejor
We have to
alineación
manage
para
this
este
aspect.
partido, teniendo en cuenta que hay más
Try and find
cosas
out
dentro de una
what
semana.
is going to be the
Jugaremos
best 11
el
lineup
siguiente miércoles
in
en
this match,
Stuttgart.
because
El fin de
careful,
semana
there's
jugaremos
other
otro
things.
partido
We're
de
going to play
Liga.
in Stuttgart
La
later.
competición continúa.
We're going to play during the weekend in
Muchas cosas
the
que
National
resolveré
League,
mañana por la
and
mañana
the
cuando me levante y
competition
me tome mi
keeps
cappuccino tranquilamente.
move.
Bonjour coach.
And yeah, I'll have to think about it tomorrow when I get my cappuccino when I wake up. PSG has lost against the Bayern and Arsenal before. Do you think the player can higher their level, even their efficiency or mentally?
Te voy a cambiar la respuesta para decir que el PSG ha
I will
merecido
change my
ganar de los
answer and
dos
say
partidos
that
que jugó en casa
PSG
contra PSV y Atlético
should
Madrid, los
have
dos partidos,
won
es decir, deberíamos tener
both
5
matches
puntos
against
más.
PSG
Esa es la realidad en
Eindhoven
cuanto a
and
lo que he
Madrid
visto en el
at home.
campo. Luego el
That's the
fútbol es
reality.
caprichoso
On the
y
pitch,
tienes que
I've
aceptar
seen
que
that
no
these
has
are two
estado
matches that we should have
en
won.
el
But
nivel de
yeah,
efectividad
football
necesario
is
para
not
ganar
that
esos
easy,
partidos,
okay?
pero
And
que has merecido
we didn't
ganar.
have the
Eso
right,
significa con 5 puntos más
level
estaríamos
that we should have won.
clasificados
With
y no tendríamos que
5
estar en esta
extra points, we
situación.
would have been qualified now,
Entonces,
and we
lo
wouldn't be in
convierto
this
en positivo y
situation.
pienso, igual que la
So
temporada
I would
pasada,
turn this into a positive
que
thing,
tuvimos que
and I
luchar
think that
hasta el último partido para
like last
clasificarnos en
season,
nuestro
we've had
grupo.
to fight,
Os recuerdo que
until
era
the
el
last
grupo de la
match
muerte
to qualify
y
in our group. It was the
bueno, es
death
una
group.
constante. Hemos
I
tenido
remember
dos
that.
grupos de Champions
So
muy
yeah,
difíciles.
it's it is an
Significa
aspect.
que
It
hemos
was
tenido
really
dificultades y que hemos perdido partidos. Sí,
a tough
cuando
group,
juegas este tipo de partidos
it was
se
hard.
pierden,
We lost some matches,
se
and
puede
yeah,
ganar,
when you play
evidentemente.
these types of
Nosotros
matches,
no hemos
you
sido
may lose.
capaces,
Of course we can
pero
win, but
lo
we
que
haven't
yo
been
veo en
able
mi
to
equipo
do
me
it.
da
So, but what
mucho
I see in
optimismo,
my
mucha
team
confianza.
is
Repito,
giving
sigue
me
siendo una muy buena
a
temporada
great
y
optimism,
llegan los momentos
a great
determinantes en los
trust.
que tienes que ser resolutivo.
Everything
Estamos
is,
deseando que llegue el día del partido.
can be crucial, during a season, and you have to be this. And I'm looking forward for this match. We've talked about the age, the youth of your offense, and get a little sparkle. Would you need some sparkle, some craziness, a little, in the offense, for these two teams that are really similar in the end? What type of craziness?
Llamamos a Usman y que nos lo explique.
We have to call Usman so he can explain to us what type
Locura, ¿no? Un
of
partido de
sparkle
fútbol,
or
creo, de
craziness.
los más atractivos. No sé quién va a jugar mañana.
I don't know.
O sea, no sé qué otros partidos hay mañana, la verdad. Me interesa solo el mío. Pero
I don't know what other
sobre el
matches
papel, dos
tomorrow
equipos que les gusta dar un buen trato al
are
balón, que
happening,
son
but tomorrow,
ofensivos,
in
que son
my
ambiciosos,
match,
que no especulan.
we have two teams that
Nosotros jugamos en
like
casa
to
con nuestra
offense
afición,
and
un
they don't
escenario
calculate too
de
much.
los mejores de Europa, sin
We
ninguna
play
duda.
home in front of our fans, and that's one of the best,
Tiene todos los
scenery
ingredientes
in
para ver un
Europe.
gran
So
partido de fútbol.
we
Y
have all
que
the
gane el
ingredients,
mejor, y espero que
to
sea
have
el
a great match, and may the best win. And I hope it's going to be Paris. 5 matches out of 7, you've been superior, above, in the game, but under in efficiency. So is statistics of Dembele and Barcola with many goals in the Champions League gives you hope, for tomorrow?
Yo creo sinceramente que
I think sincerely that if we compare PSG last year and PSG now this season, we clearly had a player of reference. Every year, every season was playing big numbers, a lot of goals. We thought we could solve that now with the entire team, not just with one player. None of the players today has demonstrated that they could score 25 goals. So we have to solve these with the team. It doesn't matter who scores, but what's important is that we have good statistics, that we score more goals than last year, and that we concede less goals. There's no one specific player who needs to be crucial, surgical, clinical, but what's important is that we need to solve the issues that we have. And whether we want it or not, things are happening, and we need to keep working and improve and help our players to improve so they can empower them and make sure that they have a lot of trust. So you mentioned the fans, the supporters. What is the impact that you think they could have on this match?
Que continúen como siempre.
That, I would tell them that they keep pushing, as usual. It's such a show, to see them, even though we've been, when we're losing, and every time it's the best, to hear the supporters sing. We always hear them, and, they definitely help us getting ready for these high-level matches. Tomorrow we'll have the opportunity to give a great show to the supporters and to win and bring some points home. So we need the points to qualify.
sur l'arrivée de Kvara qui a signé il y a quelques jours.
So about Kvara, who just came a few days, he couldn't play. He's not able to play tomorrow yet. What do you think he could bring to the second half of the season and in the future?
En principio, creo que todos conocemos
in
a
principle,
Kvaratskhelia y
we all know Kvara.
creo que es un jugador que en Nápoles ha demostrado y en la selección de Georgia.
He's a player who has demonstrated in Napoli and Georgia national team that he can adapt to our philosophy of way of playing. He can play a lot of one-on-one. He can play inside. He can play 9 in his own selection.
Para desbordar es muy interesante dentro de nuestro sistema.
He's really versatile.
A la vez con
he can
una
accelerate.
capacidad también para defender.
He can adapt himself to our
atacar también con 11
plays.
creo que se adapta
We need to
sobre el papel
defend.
perfectamente.
11 players needs to defend together and to attack together, and I think it really fits,